Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Good to see each and everyone that is here. And of course, I delayed for today because of the fact that we had our Torah reading service for today. And so we want to take this time to welcome in all our listeners, all those that's in Israel, those that's in Canada, those that's in the Philippines, those that's in Sierra Leone, and India, and where you might be picking us up on the internet. Enter into our house, where our motto is, come on, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. They are harbor. And upon these principles, these two principles, when we learn as a people to be able to get along with one another, then are we ready? You know, and just two things, see? But that seems to be the hardest thing for mankind to do. Hardest thing for us to do. And that is to get along. But I'm here to tell you, God is not going to give you eternal life to those that can't make that transition.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen. So you can say whatever you want to say. You can have attitude order, everything there. You ain't getting no eternal life with that attitude. So we got to learn how to do those things, yeah? And we got to learn how to move forward and be. See?
Respect one another.
That's it. That's it. And therefore, then are we ready for those things to go forward? You know, sometimes there comes a situation, you know, where you just can't get along because of all those situations and all outside influence and all those things there, just like Abraham and Lot. See? They didn't part on hate and turn and I can't stand you and I don't want to have nothing to do with you and hate you. You didn't do that. See? Still get them. Still got along.
Right.
See?
That's great for everybody.
I was talking to a guy about it, and he was talking about it. Man, you still talk to your ex-wife, and you still do get along with her, and you still go with her. I said, yeah. What? Man, I don't want nothing to do with her. She can't talk to me. She can't. I said, man, what's that doing? I said, well, what's this? She's in the kingdom. I gotta learn how to get along with her.
Right.
Get in there.
So I gotta get that attitude straight now.
Right.
Yeah. I can't wait. Well, I change out the kingdom to get in. No, that ain't gonna work. I said we just couldn't get along, you know, as husband and wife. But as friends and those things there, you know. She called me and asked me to drop me on that. If I can do it, I'll do it. I said, but I'm not sitting over here hating and all that, and all those things. No. People have got to work with everyone that's going to be in the kingdom. And it don't say except your husband and your wife or your ex or your what or your it don't get no exception like that.
Right.
See? And so therefore, yes, we get along real good. She called me up and those things there. And I'll go by her house and do those things and ask and all those things there. You know. I let my wife know what's going on now. You know. Yeah. She got no problem with it, so you know. So I almost said we didn't have a big problem and everything there. But dear folks, when we say peace and love, that means on every situation. There ain't no exemptions in all those things. Because if the enemy can allow you to have that kid in your heart about that, it'll go everywhere else.
That's right.
See, it'll eventually never go everywhere else.
That's why love our enemy. So
Yeah.
he does that, you know, your mind is straight.
And therefore, because even your enemies can change.
That's right.
See? And therefore, we have to get ourselves in line with those things there. So we want to take this, and as I said before, we are delayed because of the fact that we have our Torah service, and so that's all it. And we're getting ready now to enter into our Israel update, which will be given by Shemash Adam ben Israel. So it's his time now.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
You know, there's a lot going on, especially around the Gaza. There's rockets was fired into Israel Friday. There was 10. They say that 7 was intercepted. 1 hit a house. Friday, it was Friday night during the time that the people was eating their Sabbath dinner. It hit the house, but nobody was injured. And the other one hit a open field. You know. So one lady was injured, but she was injured because she was running to the shelter. But nobody else was injured. And also, Putin, he's kind of like, he talks kind of like Trump. He says the community is gone, but Putin claims to help Syrian Jews restore their holy site. But ain't no Jews in Syria. They said that there's no Jews in. He said Moscow is helping Syrian Jews renovate their holy site in the war-torn country. Russian President Putin said this week, despite the fact that no Jews are known to live there, and there is no formal community. So, but ain't the Jews left Syria when Israel became a state. They all went to Israel, most of them, you know. But they say there was a few left, but then they, in 1996, I think 96, they all left and went to Israel. So now there's no Jews in Syria. But he talks kind of like Trump did. And also, Netanyahu, he's facing charges of bribery, fraud, breach of trust. He also faces charges of fraud, breach of contract, in 2 other cases.
Wow.
And he said that Gantz, you know, that the president want to split their terms, you know, 2 years each. But they said that with him being indicted, they wanted to step down, but they said that if they did do that, Gantz, he would have full authority because he's indicted. So they all want him to step aside, but he won't. And also Trump, he said he's leaving New York. He said they treating him bad. He said, I pay taxes, I pay income taxes, I pay federal taxes, and I pay state taxes. And they treat me real bad. So I'm moving to Florida, me and my family. That's my residence now. So, and he's saying all this here, and he won't release his taxes. He won't release it. So he moved the Palm Beach down to Mar-a-Lago, whatever they call it. Yeah. He spent more time there than anywhere on the golf course. And he was talking when Obama would go play golf a few times he went. They raised all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
You know, he couldn't get no vacation. He needs to be back here taking care of business. But then he can go anytime he wants to, and they say nothing. They go with him. You know.
He deserved that, huh?
Yeah, he need a break. You know.
From mind and going.
But like I say, he's moving to Florida, him and his family both. So you know, he's sure gonna be making a lot of money now since he's there all the time.
No tax, no income tax there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why he. But we see this day and time things is pretty bad, you know. But the only thing we can do is.
I heard too that Netanyahu believed that if Iran do attack Israel, he said that he'll believe the United States will help them. He said he believes that the United States is not there all by themselves if Iran attack Israel.
You know, you don't hear them Trump talking too much about Netanyahu anymore.
Right.
You know, I think they didn't fill out.
Yeah.
And, you know, because you don't hear him. They used to be buddy,
Right.
but you don't hear him saying nothing about.
Him and now he was just about in the same shoe.
Yeah. They is in the same shoe.
Yeah, and if they ever get them tapes that they said Trump was talking with
Ukraine?
Ukraine, them tapes and play them tapes, it's over with for him.
Yeah.
See, that's what they fighting hard now, not to release them tapes. See, it's different than people saying what you did, then actually listen at you talking saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's facts there.
Yeah, that's fact there, yeah.
You know, like I said, if they had the facts on it, them Republicans would still stick with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, even though they have the facts.
Yeah, I think you know, they act like they scared of Trump or something. I think he's a mafia.
Yeah.
But if they get them tapes and play them, I bet there'd be a lot of them won't stick
Well,
with it.
the reason why they're scared of Trump is that Trump is still has a lot of push with the mainline Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got a guy out there that's going against it and he's running Republican, they can shut off the money
Yeah.
to support him for him to run his campaign
Yeah, get reelected.
to get reelected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so no one want to take a chance of them getting cut off from the organization. See, so
Yeah.
that's why they scared.
And that's why you see the only ones that go against Trump are the ones that ain't running again.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Because they don't have to worry about that.
right.
So that's about the money then.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but that's about all my Israel day today. And turn it back over to the elder. Shabbat Shalom.
All these things is there to let us know the condition of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
See, and how it is. Very corrupt. Very, you can't trust no one, and you can't count on nobody. And, if I can't use you, I'll throw you under the bus. And everything. Yeah. That's right. And so, cutthroat, no trust in those things there, and allies, just like we did the Kurds, and then turn around and now, cause the Kurds had the biggest thing, and I want to praise the Kurds now,
Mm-hmm.
and them getting Baghdadi,
Yeah.
and so
It was the Kurds that got him.
Oh, Kurds got.
Yeah, the Kurds got all this information.
yeah, the Kurds was the one that they gave them the information, that led to it. Without the Kurds, they wouldn't have been able to get hold to it.
Right.
Yeah, Trump said, yeah, he was swilling like.
Which is a lie. That wasn't the truth.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he lied on that. He got on and act like he was really just scared. Hey, that man had a vest on and they blowed it up.
Yeah. Now see, when Obama got Bin Laden, he said that Obama is taking too much praise. He don't need all that praise because he didn't do nothing. It was the military that did. Oh, he talked about Obama like you dog. Yeah. But now look at him. hypocritical. He a hypocrite, that's what
He even gave the dog a medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call it? The honor, honor medal. You know, like they give a purple heart medal to what they call it? They gave him a pointer medal.
The dog was injured.
Yeah, dog was injured.
And here he comes, now he's on duty.
Okay. Yeah, he chased him. He's the one that chased him and all that stuff, chased him and everything. And then he pulled that, he had that, a vest, that explosive vest on him. And so, when the dog got close and everything, and it looked like he saw it wasn't the way out.
He took two of his children with him.
Three.
I mean, that's crazy.
Huh?
I think it was 3 kids with him.
Yeah.
Three children with him.
I've seen that, you used to advertise, the Trump bear. Stuffed animal, and they got it looking like it.
So was he hard, bar?
Mm.
I don't know. Trump made that his will like a kid. He made it up.
I think really the soldiers didn't get that close to him because they figured that he had a
Right.
they figured he had a on vest on it, so they weren't gonna get that close. That's why they said that's why the dog went forth and said if they'd have deal like the dog, they'd have got injured too, just like the dog got injured. So they,
Yeah.
So, but when they wouldn't get Bin Laden, soldiers wouldn't and got him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obama didn't let nobody know.
I just don't understand how or why people are so gullible they don't check or audit fact check this man. Oh, they just take what he says, hook, line, and
They do check. They do fact checking.
his supporters. I ain't talking about the other people.
They ain't gonna mess around with him.
don't care.
Right? They don't care.
Wow.
Trump said he died after running into a dead end tunnel, whipping and crying and screaming all the way.
Mm-hmm. And that was a lie. Dear folks, we're living in a time when all these things that evil man is waxing worse and worse situation, and that's how it is on that end there. And so, hey, this is what we look forward to do, and this is what we got to go forth. And that's why we know the end is near, and those things there. And matter of fact, we're going to get ready to bow our heads down. There ain't no one. I'm good. All right, then. We handle song here. Bow our heads for our Tanakh Baraka. Bless you, Lord, our God, King of the universe, for giving us your Torah, the writings, and the prophet, and the bread that they shine by thy great spirit, and have commanded us to diligently teach them unto our children, unto our people, and all people of the earth. And let all Israel say, Amen. This week's Parashah, Torah reading is taken from the book of Parashah, Genesis, the 6th chapter, starting at the 9th verse, through the 11th chapter and the 32nd verse. That is Genesis 6, 9 through the 11th chapter and the 32nd verse. Our Haftorah reading is taken from the book of Isaiah 54, 1 through the 55th chapter and the 5th verse. That is Isaiah 54, 1 through 55, 5. This is Parashah number 2, which is Noah. Our scripture reading, which we will take about, which will be given by our Shemash, which we take on the Haftorah reading. Let us give him our undivided attention as he read the word of God to us.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
A scripture reading will be taken from the book of Isaiah, the 54th chapter, 5 through the 10th verse. Isaiah 54, chapter 5 through the 10th verse. This is page 523. Okay. For your husband is your maker. Adonai Zezarah is his name. The Holy One of Israel is your Redeemer. He will be called the God of all the earth. For Adonai has called you back like a wife abandoned and grief-stricken. A wife married in her youth cannot be rejected, says your God. Briefly I abandoned you, but with great compassion I am taking you back. I was angry for a moment and hid my face from you, but with everlasting grace I will have compassion on you, says Adonai, your Redeemer. For me, this is like Noah's flood, just as I swore that no flood like Noah's would ever again cover the earth. So now I swear that never again will I be angry with you or rebuke you. For the mountains may leave, and the hills be removed, but my grace will never leave you. Of peace will not be removed, says Adonai, who has compassion on you. May y'all add a special blessing to the reading.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Notice all these things here after God had made man. We talked about things here, and man was doing good and those things there till he started and he listened to the wrong voice. See? And he thought he was doing something good for himself, but he really wasn't. His wife, she thought she was doing the best thing, see? But she wasn't. And then, lo and behold, mankind wind up going against Yah. Lost everything. On a spiral downward. See? But hopefully, mankind can recover from those things. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Mankind as a whole continued to spiral down. See? We read in Genesis, the 4th chapter, and the 25th verse. What had prevailed and what had started had continued on. Mankind began to multiply and to develop upon the earth. All of one language, speaking the same thing and everything. And yet and still, there was some bad situation that was going on between mankind. Genesis 4:25, what did it say?
Adam again had sexual relations with his wife, and she gave birth to a son whom his name was Seth. For God has granted me another seed to please in place of Hava. Since Cain killed him, to Seth too.
All right, so here we see things is happening in the generation. Instead of mankind learning from the mistake that they had done in the garden, see, they missed out on that. And instead of them working to be approved into it, they got worse. So there were children that were born, and what they do, hey, they just come along and started killing one another.
Mm.
Started out with the two brothers, Cain.
Mhm.
See? That's the wrong thing. How in the world we gonna enjoy this here and I want to kill you? See? Something wrong somewhere, you know. See? I want the death of you? No. Something wrong somewhere.
Didn't you tell us one time that was Hamas?
Yeah. Violence is Hamas.
Hamas.
Uh-huh. And so we see here that so we see it's starting out right now. And as men begin to develop more and more, now we're gonna go to the 6th chapter, and we're gonna read the first 2 verses there in Genesis 6.
So,
Yeah.
So that means that this just didn't start. The hatred just didn't start from that point. It began way back.
Yeah.
So obviously, Cain just didn't like his brother because of everything that he did was accepted.
Well, that was it. That was the thing. But instead of them getting better, and I'm seeing that God is approving of you, instead of me going and learning from you, say, hey, what are you doing? What you doing different than what I'm doing? Because it seems like God is approving of you and everything. Instead of me want to go and get together with you, I go and go against you.
Right.
That's crazy.
No doubt he's been seeing approval from his parents as well.
Yeah. See? That's why I said listen to the wrong voice, listen to the wrong thoughts. But that's what they do. Hey, let's go and get rid of him. And ain't nobody. See, that's what he was thinking. It's just me and him. He ain't gonna have no choice but to accept me. I'm gonna get rid of him. That one that ain't him. But he should have realized that, hey, wait, I came from somewhere, and my parents are still is living. See? And they can have more children, which they did have more children. Whole lot more children. So I don't understand the thinking at all there. Ain't no thinking sometimes. See, and that's why we got to be very careful about letting our emotions and quit to anger. Because if you get quick to anger, you don't think straight.
Right.
Say anything.
Yeah, and do anything because you ain't thinking straight. The pheromones and them hormones and all that stuff get to kicking in there, and that brain get to misfiring and trying and stuff there, and man, you one messed up animal creature.
A lot of people in trouble because of that.
That's it. And then when everything settled down and all that, then you in big trouble.
Also, a lot of people dead because of that.
Right. So, bad situation here. So let's see what Genesis 6, 1 and 2.
Okay. In time, when men began to multiply on earth.
Now they fulfill that.
Yeah.
God told them to do that there. God told them to multiply and be fruitful and hey, they did that. See? And that was But what else happened? Read on.
It said, in time when men began to multiply on earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were attractive, and they took wives for themselves, whomever they chose.
Now, and there's a lot of reading and a lot of books that say this here, but I don't necessarily agree with that. And they just talking about this had to do with the angels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. It don't make sense for you to place this in this here. It's talking about man.
Right.
You know, they call man the sons of God.
That's right.
Right. Just like they did angels. Yeah.
Them that was doing righteous everything there, they was called the sons of God, you know,
Right.
because they follow after what God. And then the others that did do it, they call us sons of men. And so but they went crazy when they saw them beautiful daughters, man.
Yeah.
They say they were fair.
Yeah, right. Them just-
Looking nice.
women get that influence on men, you know. They just hey, you know, that's why they pretty up themselves, boy. They just on they want to look good because they know they're gonna do some swinging. See, them sisters know hey, what's going on in the women, and they those guys they lost their contextual things. They just started picking just what they go. Oh, I like her. Oh, she look good. Oh, and they ain't checking out no character. Ain't checking out no other stuff. They just. And in support of those things, there we read when that was one of the things that he said was a problem that was going on when the Mashiach came and said that they was married and given to married. And he was not talking about no angels.
Right.
So that's why I don't go along with the point of these people talking about the angels wasn't come down and they was doing no. This was talking about men.
Right.
At the end of the fourth verse tell you who it was talking about.
Yeah. But somehow we get all these other stories, we get all these other things here, you know, some of these stories and some of these things is brought out and all that there to confuse and get people distorted and all those things there. To throw it off of really where the problem was at. See? But here we see that man got started on a decline, became a murderer, and then after that there, you know, he just went worse and worse. Started robbing, started lying, started cheating, started just doing everything wrong. See? Now go to the 11th to 12th verse of that same chapter.
Okay. The earth was corrupt before Yah.
The earth was corrupt. In other words, all mankind as a whole become corrupt. They instead of them improving and getting better, they got worse. And if you practice those things, make the wrong decision, make the wrong priority, see? And this is why we got to learn what's the right priority of things. That's why I was telling y'all about my job there. I know that once you start off letting a little slide, they just going to slide you on worse and worse and worse. See? And so I told them, I ain't going to start this slide in the first place because I know how they're going to do. See? So I told them, no, I can't work on that day. And
Oh, you want to be out there. Say that you're doing something.
so no matter how you try to put it everything down, no, I'm not doing it. Then they try to say, well, you actually ain't working on that day. I said, but you pay me for it. See, right? You ride with some of your buddies and on your trip and everything there. Sometimes they need to do the driving.
Yeah.
Do that shit your payday out? That's exactly right. And if they're gonna pay you, they saying to them, you working.
Right. That's when I told him we scheduled leave on the Sabbath, and I told him, I said, you know, I'm not flying back on the Sabbath. I said that's God holy. He said, oh yeah, I know. Well, you know, I guess we can get you scheduled to fly back Sunday. That's okay.
Yep.
Speak up.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I remember one time I did get caught like that, sir, and I did fly on back and everything on the Shabbat because I asked all in those things there. And so when I got ready to turn in my time and everything, I didn't put it down. I didn't, because we had to fill out a worksheet and everything there, and I didn't do it. So they called me to the office about it.
Right.
Why did you what's wrong? I said, because then I know that y'all would have been obligated to do that there, and therefore I said I can't do those things there. And I said, fill it, sign this paper here and all that. I said, I'm glad. I said, that's why I didn't turn it in.
Right.
I said, I intend for y'all not to pay me for that. Because we had to turn in our worksheet and our time thing, and then they come along and verify those things. And so, see, the devil try to get you any kind of way he can. I told him, no, I intend on doing that because I don't want no problems with you. I don't want no, because, hey, once you start spiraling down on them little things, boy, they'll throw it up in your face just like that. Well, you did so on there. So, that's why I keep those things there. You cannot let down with the enemy. Can't give him a foothold. Because if he do it, they'll try to take the whole show. And so here, read on what it said. What yet?
Okay, I stopped at the 9th verse.
I want you to read 11 and 12.
Oh, 11 and 12.
Yeah, 11 and 12.
Okay.
6th chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The earth was corrupt before God. The earth was filled with violence. God saw the earth, and yes, it was corrupt for all living beings.
It said that the earth was full of violence. The word for violence in Hebrew is Hamas. What are you hearing all the time? As a matter of fact, he mentioned it today. Hamas from Gaza sent 10 missiles over there in Israel and caused some problem and everything. So Hamas is still.
You got the right name.
They got the right name. They got the right name, Hamas, and that means violence.
See, they sure is mad now, 'cause I think their bank's been closed for 60 days.
Yeah, that's what stemmed the whole thing.
They can't get no money in them.
Yeah, I heard it.
Bank closed, yeah, for 60 days.
Because they've been rioting at the wall there every week. So they say it's enough of this. So I say, y'all got all this time, y'all ain't working anyway, you got enough time, well, you need the bank for, that. So hey, shut that off. And now they squalling out because they can't get paid to go out there to cut up and act the fool. See? So now they start sending rockets and stuff, Man will not learn to do that which is right. He's just going to get worse and worse.
That's right.
It's going worse and worse. Let's read to the 12th verse.
Okay. The earth was corrupt before Yah. The earth was filled with violence. God saw the earth, and yes, it was corrupt. For all living beings had corrupted their ways on the earth.
Corrupted their ways on the earth. In other words, they have chosen not the way of Yah, they have chosen the way they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the thing that we got to understand here. When situations get a certain way, it ain't left up to us what's going to be the outcome. We think that we know what the outcome will be, Hey, I'm having my way now. Everything's going my way. Ain't nobody can do that. Oh, yeah, there's some things that can be done about it.
Amen.
See?
Amen.
And y'all made a decision about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, same chapter there, read the 6th and 7th verse.
Okay.
of Genesis 6.
What verse you said?
6 and 7.
Genesis 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adonai regretted that he had made humankind.
Now, why in the world had God got to that point there where he had regretted that he had made humankind? What had happened?
Wicked.
Yeah.
They done messed up his image.
Mhm.
I've heard some people, talk about it and said it too. That, but man, hey, I wish that son never been born. How's that? Ever since that son been born, ever since that, ain't never caused me number trouble.
Chaos.
Got my name all in trouble, got my bank account all in trouble. Everybody hate me and all that stuff and all that. Hey, that's bad when a parent say that they wish he never was born. That's pretty bad off.
You cutting up. You just been cutting up.
Yeah, you defaming some name. You make them look bad.
Stink.
That's right. And so God said, "Hey, repent of me. I made man." Boy, when you push people to a point like that, and that's why I said, ladies, you run into this guy, and the daddy say, "That boy ain't worth a dime. You better watch because you can't trust that boy." You can kind of if and and about it, maybe. But not that mama come tell you the very same thing. You better get in high gear to try to get away from that guy.
But he's a smooth talker.
Because that's bad news. When the mama turn against him, pretty bad. He done mess up some name. He done hurt some feelings. He done cause somebody to have some misery. And the Bible says that the mother is the one that's gonna carry the shame. And when the mama get out on him and say that he ain't no good, you better listen. You better pay some attention to that. Because generally they ain't gonna say that now unless he just terrible. Or vice versa. She tell you about our daughter. My daughter just ain't so on. The daddy said, "Well, you can just, But now if the mama come along and tell you that, yeah, that girl, hey, you better watch it because hey, she'll ruin you. She'll get you in trouble. Now you better pay some attention to that. You better put some guards up. Don't go along like it ain't nothing and everything. Because hey, they know what they're talking about. The one to come to this conclusion. They done corrupted themselves. They done messed up. They're not bringing any honor and glory to me.
They need to be destroyed.
I hate that I even made them. Repented that I made them. And when they come to that conclusion, you're in trouble. Mankind was in trouble. When God came to that point there, mankind was in trouble. Didn't know it. They're going on thinking that they got everything going. Don't know that they're in trouble. Read on. Let's see. Read the 7th verse.
Okay. Adonai regretted that he had made mankind on earth. It grieved his heart. Adonai said, "I will wipe out mankind, whom I have created."
Woo! Can you imagine? Can you understand that? This ain't talking about some parent or someone who say, "Hey, look, I don't want to. Don't call me up because I don't want to. Those things there. I won't do it now. I'm cutting you off." Matter of fact, among the Jews, they call it Shiva. And when they do that Shiva, that means that they didn't cut you off. You no longer exist.
You're dead.
You're dead to them.
That's right.
Now you have to do some pretty bad stuff, for mama to cut you off like that.
They get that, baby. Amen.
Oh, come on now, y'all. You mean to tell me y'all ladies y'all gonna get that back? Baby that you done carried.
Yes, that's why we do this, because we carry it with love. When they start burning bridges behind you, you can't cross over. Amen. You can't cross, ain't nothing to cross over on to. It ain't gonna bridge. And it do happen.
Yeah.
But see, the mama be the last one that hangs on.
That's
Daddy pretty much already.
Amen. That's go town in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Way before that.
And that's what I'm talking about. The daddy, you know, he, you know, that's why I say you kind of take a little, cause the devil, daddy give up quick, see.
Oh yeah, they do.
But the mama, she'll hanging in there. But
Until.
yeah, but there's a set time even for her to take it.
Amen. Amen.
And I try to tell our children, I tell them, don't push your mama to that point.
It sure will come.
Cause once you do that, there ain't no coming back.
Amen. Ain't no. Unless God resurrect them. Amen. That's the only thing.
I was innocently, hey, I ain't calling no name, but I was just innocently saying that, hey, he stay here, and boy, I got overruled. No, he don't.
No name calling.
Yeah, I ain't call no name, but hey, boy, said me, hey, I had to, hey, that boy raised all up, chilled and ran, hey, and let me know that, hey, that, hey. You don't stay here. No. I said, well, I stand corrected there. Hey. Now, see, so you do get that way sometimes in those situations there. Mankind got that way with God, wrong person to get that way with. Something gonna happen bad gonna happen when God comes to that conclusion.
Amen. Annihilation.
And they didn't even know it.
That's right.
I wasn't even aware of it. And when they was told about it, didn't care anyway. Didn't believe it anyway. See?
Devil got that wrapped up.
What happened here? Let's get a little go to the 17th verse there of Genesis 6.
Okay. Then I myself will bring the flood of water over the earth to destroy from under heaven every living thing that breathes. Everything on earth will be destroyed.
Oh man, we done messed up. Mankind done messed up. We done burnt the wrong bridge. The one that created us said, that's it. I'm through with this image that I made here and all that. I said, ain't gonna bring me heartaches and trouble and all that thing. And I don't have to put up with this. I'm gonna wipe them all out. I'm gonna get rid of mankind. What good is it doing? What good is it doing for me anyway to have mankind? Dear folks, it's the same thing today. It really is. The same thing that God expected of them before the flood is the same thing he expected from us before. He made us after his image and his likeness, and we are to be his witness.
Amen.
And if we can't be a witness, a good witness, what it needs you for? Because if you don't be a good witness, you're going to be a bad witness.
Amen. Either or.
But I'm just going to stay neutral. No, ain't no neutrality.
Amen.
You either form on his side or you're opposite.
Sure.
Ain't no neutrality there, folks. Because let me tell you something. You don't have the ability to be neutral. What do I mean by that? Anybody know anything? What do I mean by when I say you don't have the ability to be neutral?
Because of only the knowledge of good and evil, that's all. can't get between.
is because we are going to once
One way or the other.
by one or the other.
Amen.
Serve two masters.
Amen.
You will be, you know. The enemy, Satan, is not let you slide being neutral.
Right.
No. Not neutral.
And without God on your side and without God with you, you are no match for him. You're going to lose.
Amen.
God said that you was violent. God said that you was corrupt. And he said, why did I make men? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of them. Because there ain't no hope for them. Once you get to a certain point, everything is to a certain point, hey, there ain't no hope for you.
And God could let us disregard earth the parents do the same thing.
Yes.
I can't handle it no more. And they be through.
That's right. Yes.
One guy at work, he said, I rebuke Satan. He said, I rebuke that. He said, I rebuke that. I ain't worried about that. The devil's a liar. I rebuke that. I said, whose name are you rebuking? Who authority you? You don't serve him. You trying to rebuke the devil? I said, you ain't no match for the devil, man. Yeah, I'm a match for the devil. I said, yeah, you're out your mind. You know, people got crazy to think that kind of stuff.
It'd be like that situation that happened with the disciples. They run up there and grab the talk to the guy that was possessed by that evil spirit.
Yeah. You're talking about the seven sons of Caesar.
Yeah. And they went up there and said, I rebuke you. See? He said, Paul, I know. See?
Sure, I know.
And Yeshua, I know. But who are you? I'm just a neutral guy that's trying to copy off of somebody else. I just see somebody else do it, so I'm going to do it too. He said, no, that ain't good enough. What I'm doing?
They got whipped so bad they came out naked.
They jumped on them.
They jumped on them and whipped them out naked. All they clothes.
Show you ain't no match for the enemy.
Yeah.
So, dear folks, don't ever let you think you're a match for the enemy by yourself. See? Because you're not. But let's see what's taking place here. Go back to Genesis 6, stay in Genesis 6, and read the 3rd verse.
Adonai said, my spirit will not live in human beings forever.
Now, what was it? People seem to think it was God's spirit, and they think now because Mashiach time will come, New Testament time come, God's spirit is the one that's taking over. God's spirit has always been there to aid us.
Amen.
It didn't just started then. Just like people say about grace. God has always dealt with us by grace. See these clever guys coming on with all this stuff and trying to say this and all that stuff there. What did he say? He said, my spirit. So why did God make mention about his spirit if it wasn't already working then? He wouldn't have brought that up. Read that again. What did he say?
My spirit will not live in human beings forever.
So it must have been living in me, human being. Even after they had well failed from Adam and Eve, and they had them grown into a great spirit dwelling with mankind. Working with them, trying to get them to straighten their act up, trying to get them to do these things here.
Living scripture says, it says, then God said, my spirit must not forever be disgraced in man, holy evil as he is.
See that? In other words, dear folks, we were going against the very spirit of God. We was going against those things there. We were not bringing their honor to him. See? Now read the 8th verse. Okay.
But Noah found grace in the sight of Adonai.
He found what?
Grace.
But I thought grace didn't come till after, Christians say grace didn't come till after Jesus Christ came and died for our sins and everything.
Well, they use that one scripture that Paul said, grace and truth come from, but the law come from Moses, but grace and truth come from Yeshua. That's what they use, that scripture.
But it did come from him, but it wasn't the only existence of it.
Right. First time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. They twist that scripture.
Yeah, it was grace that he sent his son and those things there. But then the first time God had dealt with us with grace. Right. That's my point. That they said he never did before with me. That's a lie. He found grace. See? Ain't that what he said? Right. So God was operating with grace with us. See? And that grace came by what? I want you to get it. That grace came by what? A-M-A-N.
Man.
Right?
That's right.
Noah.
Sure did.
And all of a sudden now, God can't use grace no more with a man. God got to use something else. God got to have something else and all that. No. He used man then and he used man now.
Amen.
And if you don't have that man, you're in trouble.
Amen.
And we got a lot of folks that don't believe in that man. Amen. And they're in trouble.
Amen. Big trouble.
Dear folks, God is consistent in what he does and all those things. That we just got to get understanding and see what he done and start following after all these other folks and these lies and these guys are selling books and all that stuff. They wanted all that stuff and come with all this stuff here, and they just as goofy and dumb as it. Here it tells us now. Go to the 7th chapter of Genesis and read the first 3 verses of Genesis 7.
Adonai said to Noah, come into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you alone in this generation are righteous before me.
Whoa! Stop right there. This is something that people have a big problem with. Tell me God gonna kill all these old people because they don't keep that Sabbath.
Yep.
I don't believe God that way. What did God say here?
What do you think?
He said that he was the only chance for mankind.
He said, I have found
He said,
you righteous.
He said, I've seen that you alone
There you go.
in this generation are righteous.
That's right. You're the only one. Because I had to conclude what had God had concluded.
Oh.
All of them is going to be done.
That's right.
Including him.
Of course.
Thank God for a remnant.
Oh,
A remnant.
God, thank God.
Thank you.
We've been in trouble.
We'd be in some trouble. trouble.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We wouldn't even know nothing.
Thank God for
It'd
the
be done as
for the Savior.
See? And God used man to do it.
Amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for the good hearing.
Stop letting people teach you and you get all this and that and against man and all things. Hey,
Yes.
man is something. See?
God is great.
When we stay, get this, when we stay with he who created us
Amen.
and follow his laws and his rules.
Amen.
But when we get outside those things there, we'll turn on the opposite end too. Because one sin destroys the whole, can do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, dear folks. You can take one rotten apple and you apples. And until a good apple, what'll happen if you just let that rotten apple stay there?
It's for the whole world.
Run the whole barrel.
It'll ruin the whole barrel.
Mhm.
It'll ruin the whole barrel.
That's right. Won't be a good apple no way.
That's right. That's why when you get situations on that, sometimes, hey, the set time comes, you gotta get that apple out of there. Gotta go. You can't stay around because hey, if you do, it's gonna mess up everything.
Well, they say you're gonna cut it short in righteousness.
That's right.
Get them good apples out of there.
He said if he didn't have a set time all the time, he said no flesh would be
No.
saved.
Amen.
Mhm.
Because that evil will corrupt everything. Have mercy. Have mercy.
Therefore, we see that. Read that again.
It said,
8.
7:1 through 3.
yeah. Adonai said to Noah, come into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you alone in this generation are righteous before me. Of every clean animal, you are to take 7 couples, and of the animals that are not clean, 1 couple.
Now notice this. We don't want to go through all that. You know the story of the ark and what that. It was through man, see, that the animals get saved.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
See? Those that that was God's grace that the animals did.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of animals lost their lives. See? But God chose a certain one and told them what to do, and those things there, that they too might have an extended life, and that they might not be wiped out, and that they might continue on. Mankind.
Right.
But because of man, all the rest of them got lost though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Man messed up for everybody, and man also saved.
Right?
Now, go to Luke 17. And when you get to Luke 17:26, we're going to start reading, see what the shot. But the Christians all saying all that there. But the New Testament has y'all got the Old Testament folks and everything there. So let's see what the New Testament has to say about those things. Because we living in certain areas, y'all back in those days. Let's see what it says there. See?
Luke 17:26.
Uh-huh. 17:26.
Also, at the time of the Son of Man, it will be just as it was at the time of Noah.
Now, the Mashiach said, when I come again, when the Son of Man come again, everything there, guess what? The condition's going to be, man ain't learned nothing yet. Man ain't excelled no further. You're still in that low class. What you mean we're in that low class and everything? You're still doing the same old stuff over and over again. That's why the great preacher said ain't nothing new under the sun. Because we just keep recycling. See? Matter of fact, we're just getting worse and worse. See? We were rebellious in our day with our parents and others, but not like what it is now today. These kids are rebellious now and know the rebellious and everything and brag about it. If you had your way, she would right in your face and everything and see what you want to have. And don't know it, they cut their own nose off.
Burning their own bridges.
Yeah. Messing their own self up. Listening to the wrong voice. That's a whole thing.
Amen. Amen.
You'll run out there and listen to some person out there ain't taking care of you when you was a baby. Ain't changed not one diaper for you. Ain't overseen you when you were sick and everything there and all that stuff there, rushing you to the doctors and doing all that stuff. Ain't been on, but yet you gonna listen to them above what.
You get sick over there and see what we're gonna have. They're gonna send you
back
back
home.
home. Go home.
And walking.
Ain't that something? Oh man, how gullible we are. Well, let's see what happened. Read on there.
Okay. Also, at the time of the Son of Man, it will be just as it was in the time of Noah. People ate and drank, and men and women married, right up till the day Noah entered the ark.
Now, these folks running around once again hollering about the angels marrying this and all that. That was not what he was talking about. Here, the Mashiach said exactly who was doing it. He didn't say angels.
He said men and women, man.
How would he make mention about that marriage again? Why would he make mention about it? Because that was also add to the corruption.
Mm-hmm.
If you marry the wrong folks and everything there, those people will turn your head. God gave Israel that same warning and had nothing to do with the color. We got folks running around. You don't need to marry out of your race. You don't need to marry out of your color. You know, ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got nothing to do with it. You mind if your son or your daughter, your son married a white person and everything? I said, that color ain't got nothing to do with it. Whether they do righteous or not.
Amen.
Whether they care about God's law or not. I don't care what color they is. If they respect God's law and follow that, they're all right with me. You got nothing to do with no color, got nothing to do with no race. I'm a white woman, this and all that, you know. And these same guys running around and hollering about white woman and all that. Boy, they bend over backwards and all kind of crazy ways to get them on. I don't talk about no people, and I don't talk about no woman or all man being the wrong race and all that there, unless he's not teaching the right truth. He can be black as a burnt toast. And they keep the truth. He's terrible. Color ain't got nothing to do with it. God said nothing about no color when he told Israel, don't marry those Canaanite women. As a matter of fact, he specified the Canaanite women. And guess what? The Canaanite women, according to what my understanding is, were the same color as the Israelites.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So he couldn't have been talking about no color.
Right.
But we got people like, I ain't no white woman. I ain't.
If she keep the Torah, she's only crack.
Right.
That's right. She
Cause it don't have nothing to do with those things there. It's whether or not you have the truth. Because like I said, you got some black women. Don't care nothing about no Torah and everything there. And let me tell you, they some handful.
Yeah.
They talking about, well, they some, no, we find around black guys, they like the white women because they so nice and docile and all that there stuff there. And let me tell you something, any of them can get riled up. When they want, you going against what they want you to do, and they all that, hey, they can all get riled up, white or dark. It don't matter. Yeah, it just has some other days. The other day, hey, white woman and hey, white woman laid the blade to the guy, and then the next thing you know, the next day they had a black girl in there, and woman, she laid the blade to the guy. He ain't just color. So let's get the thing straight. It's what you're taught, it's your own things out. Read on. What do you say there?
People ate and drink, and men and women married, right up till the day Noah entered the ark. Then the flood came and destroyed them all.
There you go. He said it's going to be the same way. So when we go back and read it, you see, that's why the devil come along with this stuff, talking about the angels that went down and had all that there and all that there and all that there. And it wasn't just man. I want you to think that that's so you won't get the picture. But God brought it out and said, hey, you better go check out how they was there and what God's determination was. And they kept that up. Persecuted the one that was doing right. Made them suffer greatly. Humiliation and everything. Talked about it. Told them they were foolish, wasting their time dealing some art. Besides, we don't know about no rain. What is this stuff rain you talking about? Boy, they and didn't know that that's their only chance of salvation. Mankind is doing the same thing today. Shiach said it's the same way to do it, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. We got them now saying the same thing. You believe some man? He can't be no sacrifice. He can't be no man and be a sacrifice. He got to be God, because only God is holy and everything. Can't no man be holy enough and holy enough and all that to be no sacrifice. So y'all wrong on all that. And they got all kind of crazy stuff. But God have always dealt with our salvation through a man. God have always brought grace through a man. You want to know why? It was always brought through that way there. It's because God sealed the deal after man messed up. Did you know that? It wasn't after woman messed up that God sealed the deal. It was after man messed up that God sealed the deal. And throw the whole earth in trouble. And the whole earth got in trouble and everything there, and that affected the cattle and everything, because their food and everything got messed up too. So God said, I'm going to rectify this. He used a woman to bring forth a man. And man, see, is the hope. Man is the source of grace. And he tells you that. Just as it was then, so it's going to be that way in the end. See? And that lets me know mankind have not even moved past the time of pre-flood time. Because they say they're going to be doing the same old thing. Married, giving in marriage, eating and drinking, having a good time. The most important thing to them is, hey, he's having a good time. Don't say nothing about no right. Don't come bring me about no righteous stuff. Don't come bring me about no religious stuff. Now we got girls coming, walking down the street, all hugged up with other girls and stuff and all that there. Guys going around with other guys, and they making them, they got some lady supposed to be a lesbian and everything, and she running for governor position. Then we got some homosexual. I think he just fell out the race though.
Yeah.
Who the judge is the only one?
Huh?
Who the judge?
Yeah, that's it.
But he's the one that's the funny bunny.
That's the one?
Yeah.
I think it was a
I
wrong.
better be careful how I say that word. I better be careful about what I say, y'all.
Be careful with this fact check that.
But I think that he's the one that is not straight. Yeah, he's the one that's not straight. He run and he was.
He's not the one that got a broken one back now.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
All
right.
right, then I had it wrong.
That's right.
All right, then thank you for the correction there. So that's even worse than what I'm saying. We still get. We still got one running for president. See?
And he's doing good too.
Yeah. What is that saying about mankind as a whole?
They love it. They love that.
So I at least I'm trying to give the world a little credit, trying to say, well, we clean. Hey, but it looks like they still on that downward spiral. And they ain't get no wiser. It said, and that day came and took them all away. All of them away. All that was not into the ark. They carried away. Yeah, folks, if we don't get our act together, same thing gonna happen to us. Where'd you start reading it?
I started reading at the likewise, as it was in the time of Lot, people ate and drank, bought and sold, planted and built. But the day Lot left Sodom, fire and sulfur rained down from heaven and destroyed them all.
Yeah. It says they vexed Lot's righteous. So day to day he had put up with all that stuff, making fun of it, and doing those things there, and didn't know that Lot was their salvation. Amen.
Right.
But the very day that Lot left, and he was still trying to hang on for them and everything, that the angel had to run to grab him and say, hey, the time is here. The set time is here. You got to get out of here. Yeah, but I want my wife, I love my wife. Hey. And lay hold on her too. And then one little simple rule. God always give us, there's always rules in dealing to test us to see who you're going to listen to. Always. And it don't matter how simple it is, if your heart ain't in it, you ain't going to do it. And that's what's wrong. That's why we can't, our children is something else like that. Their heart ain't in it. And they're going to go where that heart's at.
As long as Lot was there, they had a little grace, didn't they?
Long as Lot was there, they had a little
They
grace.
had a little grace.
But the very day that he left out of it and everything, that boy,
Grace a little bit.
that's right. It rained down fire and brimstone and everything there, boy. And destroyed that place. And that place ain't even in existence today. Ain't that something?
All they see is the act.
Ain't that something?
That's right. Miles around, all they see is the act.
That's what I was talking to one person there, and they believe that that's the lowest part on the earth. So whatever God rained down and those that got destroyed the dirt and everything there. Now we know what that is. Mankind just not coming to nuclear bombs and everything there. God had that way back there, thousands of years ago. And it was a clean one. Because we don't see, what you mean by clean? Because we don't hear nothing about no radiation. Mankind still trying to come up with a clean bomb, but they can't do it yet. So that just shows us how far advanced God's technology is above ours. And how in the world we think we're going to win. Ridiculous. You know, it's crazy.
It just only hurt kill the people there in that city.
That's exactly right. Dear folks, we need to get this thing straight. We need to get in line with those things there. And so it says here that the scary thing was that no one was saved but except those that went into the ark.
The place that he prepared.
See?
He prepared the place for us. Same today.
Therefore, if we don't do what he said do and follow, and remember, once again, and this be willing to do and all that for our own selves too, that's going to be the same thing with us.
Same thing.
If you don't do your part, you can close it up for mankind. But God always has someone that's going to do their part.
Hallelujah.
See? And that's why I keep telling you,
Hallelujah.
all you're going to do is miss out on God's salvation. But you ain't going to stop it. He's going to always have someone that's going to do it.
Don't miss out.
And you just be the one that miss out.
And get something you don't want.
See? Therefore, he says here that they entered into the ark. All that entered into the ark, the animals didn't have no problem going into it. Only mankind had trouble getting man in there. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
All the stuff there between the animals, none of that kind of stuff. Here's what we have to do here. Go to Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter, and the 3rd verse. We're going to get this wrapped up for today. Zephaniah 2, 3. And we're going to see what it's going to take. And if we don't do those things here, if we don't get those things in line, hey, it's going to be just like it was in those days. Everything that did not go into the ark was destroyed. And therefore, this is what I want you to get to. Understand this. People think that, well, just as long as I be righteous, I'll be okay. I ain't got to go. I'm here to tell you, dear folks, that is not good enough. What you mean? He says to Noah, you have I seen in this whole generation to be righteous. But just righteous was not good enough.
Right.
Right? They had to do something. God gave them a command to do something. They had to build an ark.
That's right. Be obedient. Do so.
God had already seen it was righteous. Now you got something to do. Build this ark so you can be saved, so you can save mankind. And all those that would hear you can be saved. Therefore, his family was saved. Because they heard him. And as I said, their family put up with some hard times and put up with some ridicule and some talking about, you know. Just like they tell you, oh, you let your mama, you know, and you let them rule over you, and they'll tell you that, and won't let you do this, and won't let you do that, and all that. Hey, you so and so, you need to have your freedom. You need to go down there. No, you don't need that.
They ain't trying to do right, but they trying to give you.
See? Don't listen to that stuff. Don't hearken to all that mess.
Amen.
See? They tried that with Noah's boys and stuff. I didn't let them, you need to go on out there. You're a young man and stuff. I'm going out there and have you some fun. Go on out there and enjoy the world. And sat over here stuck with this one wife and everything. Go on out there and get you some more wives. Whatever you see out there, just go and get her. Everybody else doing it. See? But them boys didn't. They hardened to their daddy. And lo and behold, they were saved.
Along with the wife they got.
That's right. That's right. So, you know, let's just be pleased with God has given us. See? Yeah. You know, we can't match up with the world. We're not even looking to do those things. What did it say there in Zephaniah 2:3?
Seek Adonai, all you humble in the land. You who exercise his justice. Seek righteousness. Seek Adonai's anger.
All right. Notice that.
Amen.
It says you might be hid in the day of God's anger. Seek righteousness. Seek those things. That might. That means that, hey, if you go on and follow him all the way through.
Conditional. That's right. Conditional. Depends on you.
Therefore, just being righteous ain't good enough. We got to obey all God's commands.
Amen.
And even the new ones that he come up with. See? He said, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and what?
The righteous.
Whoa! How do they get to safety? When do they get to safety?
When they enter through.
They're already righteous. Because
Hallelujah.
he said that the righteous run into it.
Hallelujah. They're already righteous. That's right. That's right.
They didn't get to safety till after they ran into the name of the Lord.
All right now.
So I know people start talking, that is, I ain't got to do that, and I ain't got to be over there, and I ain't got to do that. Hey, you better be somewhere where the name of the Lord is very prevalent and very highlighted. I can just go anywhere and be any place and all that. No, you can't.
Safe.
So when I say this, a lot of times we don't. I don't want to go over there because they're too strict over there. Hey, I can be saved over somewhere. I ain't got to be over there. Matter of fact, I've heard them say that about the branch of Jerusalem, about us. Used to kind of upset me, but now it makes me feel pretty good. I said, that's all right.
Set apart.
Yeah, so that's all right. We too strict over here, so we don't let the kids have no fun. We don't let the kids go out play on the Sabbath and all that stuff there. And we don't do this and all that. And we don't let this go on. And hey, we ain't got to do all that. Hey, that ain't the only place that can be saved.
Yeah.
We can go over the so and let them do all that stuff over there, and we still all gonna be saved anyway.
You
Cause we
know,
all righteous.
over the years, we've been talked about like I don't know what.
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
They're doing is locking their own self
But we
out.
still here.
yep.
They're locking their own self out.
See? And I still tell them the same thing. And they come over with that idea and stuff and say, we want to do all that. I say, hey, you need to go back to where you come from, then.
That's right.
See? Because over here, see? You know? And I try to keep telling people, we are not,
Denomination.
see? We're not a mainline type of church thing to follow by and go at it. We represent a city. And that city is God's choice. And if you don't love God's choice, and you don't love His city and those things there, and you don't think that that's important and those things are above your chief joy, you got the wrong attitude. And peace and love is not your mantra of your ideas and principles. You're in the wrong house.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Because God is going to get rid of violence,
Yes.
Hamas, and all these other things here. Because they don't bring no honor to Him.
Amen.
He did it once before in Noah's day. And Mashiach said it's going to be the same way in the coming. And dear folks, I see it right now. We're in that time right now.
I see it too. I see it. Right.
Yeah.
Corruption is, men are just corrupt is the way of life.
I see Satan.
They holler about they're ready to help you and all that stuff. They go down there and tell them the truth, and they'll laugh in your face and make you look bad. Go down there with a glorified lie, and they'll open the door. It ain't righteousness, right? But we looking forward to a world wherein dwelleth what? Righteousness. In closing for today, Noah's family was willing to suffer persecution of that world in order to have a part.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Them boys worked there for years, you know. Building that ark, building those things there, suffered all the consequences and all those things there. And they was overcome. And they were part, you know. Now, let us be like Noah's family. Can we do that? Make our choice. You want to be a part of this world here? Run around, do whatever they want to do here, Father. Because let me tell you, this world is messed all up. Because all I see in this world here is death. And they got you believing that stuff. Everything that's killing you is what they call fun. And what they call living. People sniffing all kind of stuff to get a high. Drinking all kind of stuff. Shooting up all kind of stuff and everything that get a high. Talking about living and they're killing themselves. That's the world we're living in, dear folks. I'm after life, dear folks. What about you?
Amen.
So it might be upon us. This closes out our Parashah for today. As that you understand, listen to the lives of the folks. The scripture tells us clearly, only 8 were saved.
Yeah.
All the other rest of the folks was carried away. Everybody's doing it and all that there. And God ain't gonna destroy all these people just because y'all get y'all a few. God have done it before and He's gonna do it again. Better know the God that we're dealing with, dear folks. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble. And as our oath is, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her country. If I not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem, above my chief joy. Psalm 137. Verses 5 and 6. But now turn your hands of the Shema to close out the service for today.
Shabbat shalom again.